In 2026, the housing market is moving in two opposite directions at the same time. Understanding this divide is the first step in determining where you fit into the new economic map. At the top of the market, demand remains high. Luxury sales are up 6.2% year over year. Supply is shrinking, and bidding wars are a standard part of the process. But starter homes are piling up. While inventory in this segment rose 4.5% last year, sales fell by 5.4%. These houses are sitting on the market longer as potential buyers stay on the sidelines. The American housing market is no longer a single unified entity. Navigating it requires moving past general advice and looking at the specific variables driving the split. For decades, the 30% rule served as the benchmark for affordability. But in the current market, that simple percentage fails to account for the massive gap between renting and buying. This chart shows the monthly cost of a starter home across the top 50 U.S. metros. And on average, buying now costs $920 more per month than renting the exact same property. This monthly loss for buyers persists even as mortgage rates have settled near 6%. When renting is mathematically cheaper on a monthly basis, the choice to buy requires a different kind of justification. Determining the right move means looking at a new true cost equation that factors in hidden financial and psychological variables. The first variable is the gap between a mortgage payment and the actual cost of maintaining a home. Data from Clever Real Estate indicates that many new homeowners are caught unprepared by the scale of non-mortgage expenses. This breakdown shows the average hidden carry. Homeowners spend over $23,000 annually on utilities, maintenance, property taxes, and insurance. These recurring costs are high enough that nearly half of all homeowners report having no specific financial plan for major repairs. New construction doesn't necessarily offer a cheaper path, as median prices for new homes remain above $390,000. The true cost of ownership is a compounding burden. For many, a simple mortgage-only affordability calculator is an insufficient tool for planning. To find lower prices, many households move further into the periphery, trading a shorter commute for a cheaper mortgage. This academic model examines the trade-offs involved in that decision, identifying how job location and housing prices interact. The model demonstrates that the savings from lower rent or a smaller mortgage in the periphery are often consumed by the direct financial costs of commuting. Beyond the fuel costs, this spatial mismatch takes a physical and temporal toll, reducing the time available for sleep and personal life. Moving away also creates social access costs, making it more difficult to maintain connections with family, healthcare providers, and community networks. Moving further out to find an affordable home often simply converts a housing expense into a transportation debt. A common narrative suggests that the shortage of starter homes is driven primarily by institutional investors and Wall Street firms. This chart, based on Brookings data, shows that large institutional investors own less than 2% of the total owner-occupied housing stock. Banning these investors would not significantly change the market, as the underlying issue is a structural lack of new starter home development. If the supply shortage is the primary driver, it leaves a critical question about our collective consumer behavior. Even when the math suggests renting is the more efficient choice, the drive for ownership remains constant. Research from the San Francisco Federal Reserve found that owning a home does not actually lower financial stress for lower-income households during a crisis. While the financial pressure remains the same, homeownership significantly reduces overall life stress by providing a sense of control over one's environment. Applying this model to the map shows how much your local geography determines the right strategy. In San Francisco, where the divide between luxury and starter homes is most pronounced, renting saves an average of $2,138 a month compared to buying. In Pittsburgh, that gap is only $64, making homeownership a much more direct path to stability. Success in this market requires evaluating your local metro area's specific math and your own tolerance for commuting. Because the 2026 market is so fragmented, universally applied financial advice is often misleading. Renting functions as a wealth-building tool if the $920 in average monthly savings is redirected into other assets. Homeownership offers a different utility, where the higher monthly cost is paid in exchange for permanence and a sense of psychological control. The American dream is increasingly defined by how we calculate stability. rather than by a single path to a deed. Run the numbers for your own market to see which side of the equation works for you. And if you found this data-driven look at the market helpful, please subscribe for more.